mean, 2 weeks. I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote?
I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump.
Okay, y'all. A lot more of that coming up, because this week, the hashtag Leaving MAGA has been trending on Twitter, and the videos of MAGA regret have been coming in droves. And we'll see plenty of them throughout this video, but there is a lot to unpack here. Because while there are a lot of real and seemingly heartfelt videos, Leaving MAGA is actually a real organization. There are a lot of people, MAGA specifically online, that are muddying the hell out of the water and trying to claim that all of these videos are liberals or fake MAGA people that aren't really upset about what Trump has done. And then of course there are some people like this guy who's absolutely hilarious, who is just trolling.
I am now leaving MAGA, and the reason being is the Mexicans, I work construction, man, and now they're gonna get me up there doing roofing, man. I can't do that. You set me on a roof, I'll fall straight through. I'm leaving MAGA. You.
But literally doing an inkling of research and going to his account would show you that. So as we dive down this internet wormhole, I want to focus on that a little bit, of how genuine this actually seems, and if these MAGA people are actually leaving the sphere and genuinely regretting their votes for Donald Trump. I will let y'all in the comments be the judge of that. Personally, I think it's all very genuine. But the other thing, and the most interesting and honestly important part that I found in all of this, came from this video that I'll play just a bit of now from a creator called Ali Phillips, who noticed a striking and disturbing similarity between all of these MAGA regret videos.
They're not leaving MAGA because Trump is an authoritarian wannabe dictator that is literally destroying our country in the first 3 weeks of his presidency. They are leaving MAGA because it's personally hurting them. I vote blue. I vote for Democrats because I care what happens to other people. You vote Republican because you care what happens to you. You see the difference?
Yeah, and I honestly can't agree with this post from Alex Cole more. These hashtag Leaving MAGA videos on TikTok are hilarious. I'm sorry, but watching people realize their own votes destroyed their lives makes me happy and sad at the same time. I feel for them, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, we told you so. And that's a very different sentiment from one maggot who f***ed around and found out a couple weeks ago that we talked about. You might remember.
I don't give two shits that families are being separated if somebody's getting deported. I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort. I find you guys to be subhumans.
It said that she works at Bidadoo Incorporated. She did work there. She no longer works there.
Yeah, we're not gonna be like that, but when they go low, we don't go high, we bury them. If you agree, drop a like on the video, make sure you're subscribed to the Really American channel, and let's get into it. First with a little smash cut continuation of the damnation of MAGA Nation.
As a Hispanic, I voted for Donald J. Trump. Dude, I regret it so much, man.
I am regretting my vote for Donald Trump.
I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it.
A lot of people who were like me voted for Trump and have to account for that.
I regret voting for Trump.
So deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump.
I regret voting for Trump.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now.
And look, that's a compilation, but those seem pretty genuine, right? I mean, I can't go in and independently confirm every single one, but the fact that this was trending on Elon Musk's platform makes me think that they weren't all just trolls.
I voted for Trump in 2016, and in 2024, this is my confession. I will never vote for him again. I am now leaving MAGA, and the reason being is my mama insulin is too high now. We can't afford it, and hell, they're probably gonna get rid of her Medicaid, Medicare, and the goddamn Social Security. And I just hate to see my mama, but that ain't what really got me. It was that the Mexicans. I work construction, man.
Clearly he's satirical, right? He's an activist. But not so obvious to some in the MAGA sphere. Like this super cool alpha Chad bro, who wants you to know that the Leaving MAGA movement, it's a psyop, dude.
So I've seen some funny trends on TikTok, but Leaving MAGA has got to be the funniest made-up trend I've ever seen on this app. I can promise you, not one MAGA supporter is against anything happening right now. Every day it's like you wake up like, wow, more shit that I wanted, and it's happening.
Sick! Yeah, dude, sick! And forget the fact that you're openly saying you support all this crap. We've known that for a while, but the heart of the issue with this Leaving MAGA movement is exactly what that satirical creator pointed out before. Maggots are not leaving MAGA for the greater good, or because they suddenly developed a conscience and have empathy towards other human beings. Most of these people, at least, are doing it purely out of their own self-interest.
So there's currently a trend going on TikTok right now with the hashtag Leaving MAGA. And I originally went through this hashtag, saved a few videos of the people that are making content saying why they're leaving MAGA, and I was going to show it in this video. I have decided against that now, and I'm going to tell you why.
Before we see that creator's brutal and cathartic takedown, I just want to say really quick that we love poking fun at the news here at Really American, and we hope you do too. Because honestly, it feels like the only way to stay sane these days with the bombardment of depressing headlines. And we try to do a decent job of being funny for that reason, but also being factual, because there's just so much bias out there, which obviously we're a part of.
Obviously.
Though I would argue we are on the historically right side of things, but that is why it has never been more important to vet and know where your information is coming from. Which is why we are proud to partner with today's sponsor, Ground News, a website and app developed by a former NASA engineer on a mission to give readers an easy, data-driven, objective way to read the news. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of the political bias, factuality, and ownership of the source's reporting, all backed by ratings from 3 independent news monitoring organizations. And I've specifically found immense usefulness and often a little bit of humor out of the Ground News blind spot feature that highlights stories that are disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. And this is so important so we don't live in an echo chamber and get misled by subtle and sometimes not so subtle language in the news. So try out Ground News today by clicking the link on screen in the description or by scanning that QR code on the screen. And if you sign up through our link, you'll get 40% off the Vantage plan, which is what we at Really American use to get unlimited access to all features. By doing so, not only are you supporting the channel and Ground News' work, but also arming yourself with knowledge and information that is utterly crucial in today's news media landscape. Especially at a time when we're all consuming our media from echo chambers like this, though I'd argue the ones on the right are far more dangerous. And it's exactly because of what this creator says here. MAGA is in it for themselves.
Because all of them, every single one, their reason for leaving MAGA was because of something he's doing, Trump is doing, that is personally affecting them. For example, one of the women that made a video that she's leaving MAGA, her video has a caption that says, "The moment I regretted my vote for Trump," and it showed behind her a green screen of Trump signing the executive order that requires all federal employees to return back to the office. So like she's upset because she's been working from home since COVID and now she has to get up and actually go to work. Another one was an employee that works in a warehouse, and the warehouse was apparently primarily staffed by undocumented immigrants and they're nowhere to be seen. And so this guy is like by himself. He's like, there's not a soul in here. It's just me. Like, I can't do this alone. Like, why would Trump do this? Why would, like, these are the people that keep our country moving. Yeah, no shit. But it's a common theme. You see, it's a common theme why they're leaving. They're not leaving MAGA because Trump is an authoritarian wannabe dictator that is literally destroying our country in the first 3 weeks of his presidency. They are leaving MAGA because it's personally hurting them. You don't get to light your neighbor's house on fire, call the fire department, they put the fire out, and then look at your neighbor and be like, look, I did a good thing. No, you caused this. You voted for this. For what? For the economy, for the deportations, for the mean tweets, for the cheap gas. Like, you voted for it. Whatever reason you had, you voted for it. And there is nothing that you could say that could make up for the fact that what's happening right now is solely the fault of your own. We tried to tell all of you. We tried to tell you. I mean, half of the things that he's doing are promises he made during the campaign trail. And we were like, this isn't good. And you're like, yeah, but eggs, they're going to be cheaper. Well, now there's no fucking eggs because of the bird flu. So yeah, I guess eggs are cheaper. You can't even buy them. Yeah, you're saving some money. Good job. We're in a trade war with 3 different countries right now. And he's threatening Panama and Greenland. And literally anybody that doesn't agree with him, he's firing them. That's not how a president operates. That's how a dictator operates. I'm going to say this one last thing. I vote blue. I vote for Democrats because I care what happens to other people. You vote Republican because you care what happens to you. You see the difference?
So while it is great that some people are leaving MAGA, and we should have sympathy for certain people because we are on the side of empathy, the right side of history here, and I'm glad that there are people like Rich Logis who have a support group for people who actually are leaving MAGA and see the error in their ways, I think it's also important that we recognize the deeper reasons why a lot of these people are leaving MAGA in the first place. Because it's not out of some love of the Constitution or country. No, hell, the reason they voted for Trump in the first place wasn't for that either. It's because they like a cult leader. They like a strong man. It makes them feel powerful. No, folks, it's not until something starts to directly impact their lives, which, again, we told them it would, that they turn around and have a change of heart. I'm not saying there's no room for self-interest. That's ridiculous. But caring for other people is not inherently socialism, and it's not something to be demonized, and it's not the reason your egg prices are high, you can't pay for insulin, you can't do your job, or all of your money is being funneled to Elon Musk's PayPal. So while I am happy to approach this with as much empathy as I can muster, I'm also not gonna go easy on these people, because I am done with the when they go low, we go high. No, folks. I'm at the stage of when they go low, we bury them.
What are you doing? I'm burying you. I'm alive!
Because frankly, MAGA, I didn't dig that grave. You did. Honestly, I think that should go on a t-shirt. You let me know if you agree in those comments down below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like, subscribing to the channel, check out our sponsor, Ground News. Help support the channel and fight misinformation, which is more important than ever, and I truly mean that. For Really American, I am Kenny Hesse, and I will see you guys in the next one.